Hello children, let's continue with the previous page layout chapter. We were left from columns, right? So I have this contents, children. What I'll do is I'll just make a copy of this, Control C copy, and a lot of copies, okay? Control V, paste, paste, paste. We'll work with multiple pages so that I can make you understand the contents of your sections also, children, okay? So here I have created 8 pages. Can you see, children, here on this is your page number 8 of 8, okay, and section is 1. Now if in your computer, if the section is not visible, what you have to do is, children, I repeat again, in the previous chapter also I have explained you have to press the right click on the status line, and then you have to switch on sections, or you want to say, switch on page numbers, a vertical page position, your columns, your word count, all this switch on and off you can click from here, okay? The caps lock is off right now, but then since you have the switch on your keyboard, this doesn't make any difference. If you want to switch it on, you can switch on the caps lock also, so you can come to know whether the caps lock is on or off. So this if your laptop doesn't have an identification for your caps lock key, then you can switch on and off, so that you can identify whether your caps lock is on or off, okay? Right now we just require the section part. So section page number, you can, the tick mark shows that your section is on your keyboard, okay? And the properties are on your right hand side, whatever properties are there regarding this particular document, okay? So now we come back, children. I will press Control G, Control and G. That's directly, instead of scrolling to page 1, I will say Control G, page, and I want to go to page number 1. So I type 1 here and go to and close. So I am currently at page number 1. You can see 1 of 8, okay? So now what I do is, children, I will select. Now if I click on columns, and if I say 3 columns here, children, directly, what will happen is all my 8 pages are into columns, right? 3 columns. Now supposing I come on page number 2, okay? I'm on page number 2 and I want to break the section from here. I want to give a break over here. So I keep my cursor here, I go on break, okay, and I take a column break. So what happens is, my whatever matter is here, it shifts to another place, document, sorry, the area, okay? Now this is shifted over here. I want to break from here, select here, and I say break, say a column break again, okay? See, it's shifted here. Then from here also I want a column break, and break this onto the next page. So next page, you see, it's directly shifted here. Do you observe? What I was doing is, children, just keeping the cursor here and applying a break wherever I want to. Now directly what I have done is, I have given a column break, okay, because I was working in columns. Giving a page break is very simple, children. You can either press Control Enter or keep the cursor wherever you want the page to be broken from, supposing from here. So I keep the cursor here, break, and I say page break. You see my page is broken from this particular position, okay, and that paragraph is shifted over here, okay? Now what I'll do is, I'll just put a little highlight so that you can identify. I'll go to home and I'll just format a bit so that you'll be able to identify certain matters. What I will do is, I will just highlight, underline, change the color, okay? So you'll be able to make out the difference. Okay, now children, what is section breaks? Now you see the section number 2 is being displayed over here on the status line, right? Now what are the section breaks? Section breaks create a barrier between two different parts of the document, children, okay? Break means just to break some text apart, whether it can be allowing you to format each section independently, okay? For example, you may want one section to have 2 columns, another section to have 3 columns, or entire document. So Word offers several types of section breaks for you children. We have a next page break. Okay, when I come here in layout, you see I have section breaks as a heading over here. Then I have next, continuous, even page, odd pages. So wherever I want, you see, when you say next page, it inserts a section break and start the new section on the next page. Continues on the same page, it continues with the breaks. Even page, your even pages are what, 2, 4, 6, 8, right? So it inserts a section break and start the new section on the next even numbered page. Okay, then you have the odd page, that's 1, 3, 5. So you have odd pages. So depending when you're working with the multiple pages children, at that time you may require certain types of breaks to be working onto your into your document. Fine children. So here we have other types of breaks also. Okay, now supposing I am here. Okay, I'll just give you a text wrapping break example also. Um Now from here children, this section onwards, now I'm on page number 6, right? I select from page number 6, okay, everything that's up till the 8th page number, and then I scroll it up a little where my selection starts. Okay, my selection starts from page number 5. So what I do is I click on columns and I go to more columns. Okay, children. And then in this selected text, okay, here it is selected text. Previously it was the whole document which was converted into 3 columns, but now I want the selected text to be converted into 1 column. Okay, so I click here on 1 column, selected text, and then say OK. You see, now I have section number 3 here. I have this separate section, this particular in 1 column. Now from here again children, I want 2 columns. So I click on columns again children, more columns, and I say 2 columns, but this section, or you can say this point forward, means my page number 7 is here, right? I want the 7th and the 8th page to be converted for 2 columns, but you have to be very careful children regarding this apply to. Okay, now if you select 2 columns and if it is whole document, then all the sections will go away and the whole document will be with 2 columns. But I do not want to do that children, so what I do is I click on whole document, 2 columns. I click on this point forward. You see there's a highlight here, means wherever my cursor is on the 7th page, okay, this point forward, my document will be divided into 2 columns. Okay, sorry, not the whole document, this point forward. Okay, so it's 2 columns. You see page section number 4 is created. So now I have 4 columns. This is 2 columns, one section. This is 1 column, another section number 3. Then I have another section number 2. Okay. Then I have some other section over here. Okay. Section. So now I am not able to identify. See section 2, section 1, section. So I can press Control G, go to, and click on section. So which I want to go on section number 4. So I click on section number 4. So I will reach there at section number 4 by pressing Control and G together. Okay. Control G is usually used to directly jump onto a particular page or section or bookmark. It's like a search command. Okay. Now, children, here we have already seen how to create various sections in the newspaper columns, right? When you look at the newspaper page, what happens is, children, you have all various sections. In one page you may have 5 articles, or you may have 10 articles. So each article is known as a section. So section 1, section 2, section 3. So in this way your sections are divided. So to give a break, we make use of page layout. Fine, children. Now here, uh, if you want to see where I have given section breaks, you can go to home button and you click on show and hide. Okay, show and hide option will tell you where I have pressed enter keys, where I have pressed tab keys. You see, here it is showing me there's a break, page break. Okay, here there is a break, section break. Fine. Then I scroll down. These marks, show and hide marks, are not printed. They are only used by us to identify how many spaces. There's these dots which are there. It will just identify how many spaces or how many enter keys I have pressed or end of the paragraph. Okay. So it will show me the enter keys. It will show me a break. Again, there is a break here. You see, there's a special highlight of the breaks here. Then you see. So what I do is, children, I press Ctrl G again and I go to section number 2, okay, and go to. So this is my section 2. That's a page break here. So if I come here, click and press a delete key, you see my section break is deleted. I press Ctrl Z, children. Here, why I can see this page break word? Because I went to home button and I clicked on show and hide, okay, show and hide. That's the reason I can see, I can have the visibility of the breaks applied by me. Okay, so now here is the page break. So what I do is, children, what I did is I pressed Ctrl G, okay, then I went to section and I typed the section number and then I said go to and close. Okay, so when I reach here, I click my cursor and when I press delete key, that's how you can delete your breaks. Okay, by default breaks are hidden. Okay, if you want to delete a break, whatever breaks you have applied, you need to go to home tab. Okay, in home tab you have paragraph tab, and in paragraph tab you have to say show and hide, so that whatever non-printing characters, okay, non-printing characters means characters or the symbols which are not printed when we print our documents. Okay, these are known as non-printing characters on the screen, just to help you type your text. Okay, so these are the non-printing characters. When you press a tab key, I'll just give you one more example, children. See here, when I press a tab key, what is happening? I can visualize the tab key. Why? Because my show and hide is on. When I press a space key, I can see the space. When I press an enter key, I can see an enter key. Okay, so certain keys which are there, special keys, when you type, they are not visible while typing. Okay, so in case of any counting or any measurements to be taken while typing, say like you want 5 tabs or 2 tabs to be typed, at that particular time you can make use of your show and hide option into your home tab, in the part of paragraph. Okay, now here, children, we can even have line numbers for our paragraphs which are put up. Okay, now what you have to do is to add line numbers here. I'll just switch off this, children. I do not require right now. So you understood how to delete the inserted breaks by yourself. Okay, so what I do is, okay, I'll go to layout. Fine, children, and then I use line numbers. Now line numbers, it is asking me, okay, in page setup, it is asking me, do I want line numbers continuous for restart each page, then restart each section or suppress from current paragraph wherever I am. Okay, so supposing I say restart at each page, so I'll just click on restart at each page. Okay, now see your line, the whole document is line numbered, but if you want to continue, you see every page is being restarted with the numbering, but I don't want that. I will press Ctrl Z. I don't want the line numbering like this. Supposing I want the line numbering for the whole document, so what I'll do is, you can press Ctrl A, select all, line number and continuous. So what will happen is, I will come to know the total number of lines here. Okay, see, I have 771 lines including all the columns. But if you do not want that to happen, children, what you can do is, you can again press Ctrl Z, undo, line numbers, restart each page or restart each section. So now I have 4 sections here, so I say restart each section, so I'll come to know where the section ends, right? Now these numbers which are going, children, see on top on your ruler line, you can make adjustments here. Okay, you can just shift your right margin a little inside. Okay, and then here this, so you can a little bit from here. Okay, your left margin a bit inside. Got it? So this is your 46, then again 138, then again the second section. See, you see this, again it is restarted numbering, then it is restarting at a particular section. You see, there is one section ended over here, section number 2 is mentioned, then you have section, different section here, so every section is restarted. Okay, if you don't want, again press Ctrl A. Okay, none, that's to remove, so we don't want the numbering. Okay, suppress from the current paragraph, wherever your cursor is, start from there. Okay, line numbering options, now you have line numbering options, start section with a new column, that is suppress here, new column, then new page, you have odd pages, you want continuous section start, you can have continuous section start, you want always a new column, you can have a new column. Okay, I'll just say continuous. Then the header and the footer margin, you've already learned, children, headers and footers. Okay, inserting headers and footers. Then I have selected section because I have set Control A. If you want the whole document, then you can say whole document. You want the line numbers, you can put line numbers. Add line numbering at 1. Supposing you've already numbered 10 and you want to start at 11, so you can start at 11 over here. Okay, restart each page at 11. Okay, okay, you see, instead of 1 it will start from 11, each page is starting with 11. You see here, I'm scrolling. Okay, so your line numbers start with 11 every way, so we usually don't require that, children. So in case, supposing you have printed in say around 5 documents previously, and now you want to print from the 11th or from the 20th points, then you have to mention the starting of the line numbering, otherwise you do not have to do that, children. Okay, so I go back to line numbering. I know this also is become a little bigger video, but children, it's very important for you all to understand everything. Okay, so I come back to line numbers and I say start at 1. Okay, line numbering, start at 1. You want continuous, restart each section according to your requirement. Okay, and you want some borders for this, you can even put some borders, box borders. You want a little color for it, you can put a red color, can have an outline, and then say okay. You see, you can have borders for your colorization. You've already done this borders and shadings. Okay, so this is all about your line numbering options. Okay, children. then hyphenation. Now, why do you require hyphenation? I'll have to take a new document, children. I will just press Control N over here. Okay, Control N, equal to RAND, opening and closing bracket, a ready-made para. Now what I'll do is I will decrease my right margin, children. Okay, from here I get a double arrow here and decrease my right margin. Okay, and then I go to layout, hyphenation. If I say automatic hyphenation, what will happen is, you see in exam automatic hyphenation is done wherever my, now this you realize, children, when you select the paragraph and you go to home and you say justify. Okay, justification means adjusting your matter exactly between the left and the right margin. Okay, exactly between the right margin, you see an hyphen which is inserted automatically, just to see example. That word was for example. So why that hyphen is required? When a particular word is broken at the end of your line, okay, where the text cannot be adjusted between the left and the right margin, when a word breaks, okay, at that particular time you require a hyphenation option. So you can click on layout, hyphenation. You can, usually it is automatic. Okay, if you do not want hyphenation, you can keep it as none. You see the hyphenation is gone, example is shifted on to the next line. But if you don't want extra spaces here, then you can switch on the hyphenation, depends on your requirement. But if you say manual, then it will ask you hyphenate at example. Yes, only one word was coming out of the line, hyphenation is complete. Okay, that depends on your typing. You will come to know whether, if you keep manual, then it will keep on asking you as you type. If you say automatic, it will keep on automatically inserting. You see one document here also, it is inserted, document is separated. Okay, so hyphenation is putting a dash when a word exceeds, okay, runs out of the area. Okay, so it normally moves down to the next line. So your word has the facility to hyphenate at that particular word to identify that you have continued on the next line. Okay, children, so that's about adding line and hyphenation of your document automatically. Okay, manually you want to do it, you can do it as manual. That's the end of your chapter number 5. Okay, chapter number 5. Bye, have a nice day, children.